Y'all got to start policing y'all young boys. These young boys out here, 15, 14 years old, killing 15 and 12-year-olds, has to stop. This has to stop. Yo, I know relationships don't work forever, but yo, fellas, y'all got to start policing y'all sons, man. These young boys is getting too wild out here. And if you got a lady and her man ain't in the house or she ain't got no father for her kids and you a good dude, start talking to these young dudes, man. You see, you do them wrong, pull them to the side. If the mother, if she ain't got no problem with you checking her son, do it. Because these little young boys, they getting out of control, bro. Black people, you heard what Victor Boot said, right? The jail was filled up with black people. He said it was blacks and Latinos, very few whites. Now, all these, if the jails is predominantly black and the cemeteries is predominantly black, how much longer do we black people got to be in existence? And abortions is 100%, not 100%, but black people are in number one when it comes to abortions. So we killing off our own babies, our fetuses. We killing our own black on black crime. The young niggas, the older niggas killing each other. And we are the leading people incarcerated. And now we got the youth out here killing each other. I've been following this story and I was going to talk about it. But let me just show y'all. I think I'm going to start a mentoring program. I'm going to have to, man. Like, we got to do something for this youth, man. We got to do something. We got to start sitting these kids down, talking to them, giving them something to do, man. We really do.
Good evening, and thank you all for being here this evening. Just wanted to introduce a few key people. We have our Assistant Chief Tyus here, Deputy Chief Hampton, COO Lisa Gordon, Chief of Staff Odie Donald, Deputy COO LaShondra Burks. We also have our Public Safety Chairman of the City Council, Dustin Hillis, Mary Norwood, Howard Shook. I saw Howard Shook, not a past time. Over there, Howard Shook, and JP Mazzakite, and our CFO, Mohammed Bala, and a number of others, Peter Amon included. I'm here tonight because I'm pleased to announce two major arrests in connection with two separate homicides that occurred this week or in recent weeks, but the homicides arrests occurred today. Today, in cooperation with the Cobb County Police Department, the Atlanta Police Department took into custody 23-year-old Antonio Brown, who is the suspect in the tragic killing of 77-year-old Eleanor Bowles, right here in Buckhead. Mr. Brown is currently being questioned by APD detectives in this case. In a separate matter, APD has taken into custody a third suspect in the investigation of the double homicides of 12-year-olds and 15-year-olds at Atlantic Station last month. This suspect is a 16-year-old juvenile out of Clayton County. And so as our community continues to process these atrocious crimes, I also want our residents to know that these violent criminals are being apprehended and will be brought to justice. These arrests are due to the extraordinary police work of the men and women of the Atlanta Police Department and our partners. They're also made possible by extensive cooperation and support of the community, who has given us
Let me just tell y'all real, the 23-year-old dude that got arrested, a 77-year-old woman in a gated community. In a gated community. This 23-year-old dude, I don't know if he lived in the gated community or he snuck in there. This lady, 77 years old, had a little Lexus truck. I guess she going food shopping. She going to do whatever. This young boy sneak in there, stab her up. Not even shoot her. Stabbed up this lady, 77 years old, hit her in the garage, and stole her car. They got his stupid ass all on camera. Like, you in a gated community. There's cameras all over the place. They got him all on camera stealing the car. He stabbed up this lady, 77 years old. And you know how they found her? Her son coming home for Christmas found his mother dead in the garage, yo. Dead in the garage. Come home to see his mom's 77 years old for Christmas. And this young boy stole her car and had to stab her up and kill her for her car. And he locked up 2 days later.
A lot of support and has answered our call in these vital investigations. In the case of Mr. Brown today, we put out a call to the public just yesterday, Chief Hampton and others, asking for help identifying the person of interest in a camera footage. Today, a resident spotted Mr. Brown and contacted the Atlanta Police Department, who were able to make an arrest. This arrest occurred in less than 24 hours from when we put out the information regarding this person of interest. As I've said time and time again, Atlanta is a group project. And when we have horrific, horrible incidents like this, it is important for us to come together and to act. And so what I said after the heartbreaking shooting of those young people at Atlantic Station a month ago holds just as true today when a senior citizen is killed. When something like this happens, the entire village is impacted and the entire village is called upon to support. And regardless, if you live on the north side of town, the south side, the east, or the west, regardless of your economic station, APD and this administration will exhaust all our resources to bring violent criminals to justice and to make sure that we keep our city streets safe. The killing of Miss Bowles is understandably rocking our community. And my heart aches for these family members of whom I've actually spoken to. I talked to her two sons, Michael Bowles, as well as David McBride. Michael Bowles was commenting about how he was with his mother just a few weeks ago at Thanksgiving and how she kept his two cats, he and his wife's cats, and that he was returning to see her and to see them. And her life was cut short in that process. And David McBride was talking about how she was a great grandmother to his two kids. And so when you have these conversations and connections with the community members, you understand the humanity that's involved. You also get a sense of how well connected they were and how they applauded the Atlanta Police Department. They applauded the detectives and the care for which they've given them and the follow-up conversations and support that they received from this police department. And so I don't know what would drive someone to do such heinous acts, what would drive someone to make this decision to do something this horrible. It's beyond my comprehension, honestly. While our police is working very hard to answer that question by interviewing this suspect, you know that I share our community's outrage and our heartbreak. And so let me be very clear to those who would want to do harm in our community, who would want to perpetrate these crimes. If you pull a gun or pull out a knife in our city to hurt, harm, or kill someone, you will be arrested and sent to jail. We will use all of the tools of the Atlanta Police Department and our friends and our partners every resource we have to bring to justice criminals that act in this violent way. The Atlanta Police Department continues to lead the nation in our efforts to close homicide investigations. We stand right now with one of the highest closure rates in the nation at 82%, and the national average is 54%. This should give you a good indication that if you hurt, harm, or kill someone in this city, you will be brought to justice by this Atlanta Police Department and our friends around this region. And so we also will continue to use the tools that we have in place, and these measures are working. While even one act of violent crime is unacceptable, it is important to know that crime is moving in the right direction by crime prevention measures that we have that are working. Here in Buckhead, crime is down in almost every single category. The only one that is still up is in shoplifting. Every single category is down, and most of them are down by double digits this year.
He's a mayor, so of course he's going to talk about the crime going down, but the crime is still high. These young kids is out here killing each other. But look, this is the kid right here. Look at him. You see that? That's the kid right there that killed the 77-year-old woman and stole her car. Locked her in that garage right there. Killed her and locked her in her garage just to steal this Lexus truck, y'all. Look at this boy, man. Look how young he is, man. Sat there and killed somebody, mama, for the truck. Like, what's he going to do with that truck? Take it to the chop shop, ride around with it for a few days? You take a woman's life for her car? 77 years old, man. 77 years old, man. You want to take that lady life before Christmas for a car, man? That's somebody's son. And you know, his mother like, my boy wouldn't do nothing like that. My boy wouldn't hurt nobody. Y'all got to start watching y'all kids, man. Stay on top of y'all kids, man. This boy getting ready to go to jail for the rest of his life for a joyride. And whoever her sons is, he gonna have some problems. Kill a 77-year-old woman, yo. And he caught 24 hours later. You see how big that camera was in his face? And he thought he was getting away with something? That could have been any one of our parents, y'all. We got to start talking to these kids, man.